Yeah, it's very nice to meet you guys. I'll let you guys get into it.
Definitely right. He's doing everything lefty. I think he's trying. Literally, I said, keep doing it. Like, they're twins. I'm like, we need one scholarship. Lefty pitcher, get it out.
It was a huge difference for me, really. I mean, I think it was the fastest 45-mile-an-hour I've ever gone. So.
Surely a little more than 45 at some point, I hope.
Well, at some point we went ahead and turned her up a little bit, but it's look, it's exhilarating for me. Kind of one of those bucket list things for me, but incredible. I'm sure it'll be even a little more nerve-wracking when we get out there to have some cars behind me.
Now, when we take fans normally on pace car rides, one of the first things we do is pull them out on the track and let them see what that 24-degree banking looks like. What did you think when you sat on that hill?
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. Look, you don't realize just how steep it really is until you actually get up there. But even more so when you're driving around it and actually feel the force of the car and the embankment. So my hat's off to these guys who actually go around there really fast.
Have you had any other experience racing at a racetrack or anything?
Just when I get pulled over and given a ticket, that's all.
All right, at your regular jobs, 2 trips to the playoffs in 2 years. You guys have run into the Toronto Blue Jays, obviously, both years. What's the next step for you and for your club?
Well, the next step for us is, look, as an organization, we have to be better. We have to get better. 95 wins is tremendous, albeit there's 11 more that we need to accomplish in the postseason. And so for our general manager, our front office, it's about structuring a team that we feel like that can continue to compete and win the American League West, but also get into the playoffs and ultimately bring a World Series championship back to the state of Texas. We need some more starting pitching, and then I think that'll be our focus this year.
All right, we'll open it up to questions here from the media. Wolfgang?
Yeah, Wolfgang Monzer from Germany, Rennsport Press. From 2018 onwards, we have a German baseball championship. Maybe you're coming over one day and play up there?
Well, how about it? Set it up and we'll go.
Questions? Jerry? She's coming with a mic there.
Jerry Fraley, Dallas Morning News. Jeff, for many years, you were in the same division with the Cubs. You saw the Cubs sort of start to turn around. Is there anything what they've accomplished now you can draw from, maybe apply to your club that could possibly be helpful?
Absolutely, Jerry. That's a great question. And the thing that when you watch what the Chicago Cubs and Joe Madden and his team were capable of doing this year, the number of wins, but yet still get into the playoffs and even to the end, being down and having to come back in three games, and it's just how important your pitching staff really is, and how dominant you need to be, and even just how athletic you need to be on the field. And that for us, and one of the things that John Daniels and I have talked about is that how can we become more athletic on the field? We've got some great players, and we've got some tremendous young players with a mix of veteran players. But however, it's the ability to be athletic, because athleticism plays, and so but even more so is just the balance of the lineup and what these guys were capable of doing. They were home run guys for the most part, but it came down to the little things that they were able to do on the field and in the batter's box that allowed them to win a baseball game.
Anthony, right up here.
Hey, Jeff, when you're out there on pit road, you also got to meet Walker, Texas Ranger. Chuck Norris, what was that like?
Well, that was incredible for me, especially, look, I got to watch the shows. I'm not going to say as a kid because I wasn't a kid, but I enjoyed him as, first of all, a tremendous person, very engaging, look you in the eye, very personable, and I love that about him, and then just who he is as a person and kind of understanding who he is and what he's come through and what he stands for. And I love that part about him. And a little bit starstruck there for a little while when he came over and shook my hand and gave me a great big hug. So I loved every second of it.
We have one over here in the middle.
Yeah, Louis Frank of Reuters. I know as much as you wanted to be in the World Series, what do you think the effect on the rest of the country of having the Cubs and the Indians in the World Series, going forward?
Well, I'll start by saying, well, at least they both had already had one. We don't have one yet. So they can talk about all their struggles, and that was great, and I love that, and for the country, and listen, tremendous in my opinion to have those two teams and something different. The struggle for the fans on both sides. The storylines all over the place. I hope that it kept not just the hardcore baseball fan, the casual fan, and then just the American public engaged in our game. We've got a great sport, and have the storylines that we did in with those two teams. It was fun turning it on to be as a fan. As a manager of the Texas Rangers, and it felt like that we had an opportunity to be there. Obviously bittersweet, but however, it was all the way to the end. My son and I sat in a hotel room in Mitchell, South Dakota, and watching the game all the way, knowing that we had to get up early, go on a hunting trip. So that's how engaged we were.
Right back over here on the left.
Yes, Ariana Videa, UTA Radio Sports. Jeff, despite the locker room scene, do the Rangers still have their eyes on White Sox pitcher Chris Sale?
Despite the locker room scene, huh? Listen, I think that I'll answer this question. I can't really talk about other teams' players. What I can tell you is that we are always engaged in improving our club. I know that I feel like we have the best front office staff in all of baseball. A general manager that is extremely smart, engaging, and he never sleeps in a sense that he's always looking to improve our team. If it's a situation to have a guy like Chris Sale on your club, look, this is a top 5 pitcher in all of baseball. I think any club would love to have him on his staff. However, what I do know, and this is what I told our John Daniels, I trust in him. We have conversations all the time about possible acquisitions and trades. I feel strong about this coaching staff, our chemistry, our winning culture, that whomever we bring in, we're going to play to win, and we're going to have an opportunity to play meaningful games and on into the postseason, and with an opportunity someday to win a World Series.
Anyone else? Jeff, when you peel off onto pit road at the end of those warm-up laps, do you have any idea of the feel of the power and the drama that's about to unfold right behind you there with those 40 cars?
I've tried to imagine that. I really don't. I'm sure that my heart will be racing, my palms will be sweaty, and I'm just hoping the seatbelt is tight enough because I don't want to have to jump out of the car. But it'll be exciting either way it goes. And again, I've been a race fan and casual fan along the way. Understand that what these athletes do inside those cars is so much more than I can even imagine. But to be able to lead them out is a tremendous honor, in my opinion.
All right, that's our honorary pace car driver today, Rangers manager Jeff Banister. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.